Every time a Formula One car crashes, millions of people hold their breath, but not just because of the driver. In a matter of seconds, a single impact can destroy components worth hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. And that's only a fraction of what it actually costs to build one of these engineering marvels. From carbon fiber chassis and hybrid power units to steering wheels that cost more than a luxury sedan, every part is designed with one goal: winning by thousandths of a second. So, how expensive is a modern Formula One car really? The answer is far more shocking than most fans ever imagine. An F1 car isn't just a car, it's a multi-million-dollar engineering project. When people see a Formula One car, they usually focus on its speed, but what they're actually looking at is one of the most expensive racing machines ever built. A modern Formula One car is estimated to cost anywhere between $15 and $20 million, depending on the team and the level of development throughout the season. That's more expensive than many private jets and luxury mansions. And here's the shocking part: this price doesn't simply come from exotic materials. Every component is designed to save fractions of a second, because in Formula One, winning isn't decided by minutes, it's often decided by thousandths of a second. Every gram of weight, every airflow adjustment, and every software update can be the difference between standing on the podium and finishing outside the points. The power unit alone costs more than most supercars. The heart of every modern Formula One car is its hybrid power unit, and it's by far the most expensive component. Unlike the engines found in road cars, these power units combine a turbocharged internal combustion engine with highly sophisticated energy recovery systems that recycle heat and braking energy into additional power. Together, this technology produces incredible performance while achieving remarkable thermal efficiency. Manufacturing just one complete power unit is estimated to cost between $7 and $10 million, depending on the supplier and development program. That's enough money to purchase several of the world's finest supercars. These engines also have to survive extreme temperatures, operate at extraordinary speeds, and deliver maximum performance every race weekend. Engineers spend years refining tiny improvements, because even a small increase in efficiency can completely change a team's competitiveness over an entire championship season. The carbon fiber chassis is built like a fighter jet. If the engine is the heart of a Formula One car, then the carbon fiber monocoque is its protective shell. At first glance, it may look simple, but this single component takes months to design, manufacture, and test. Built from multiple layers of aerospace-grade carbon fiber, the chassis is engineered to be incredibly light while remaining strong enough to protect the driver during crashes exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. Before a new chassis is approved for racing, it must pass a series of demanding safety tests required by the FIA. Manufacturing a single chassis is estimated to cost well over $500,000, and that's before any suspension, electronics, or aerodynamic parts are attached. It's one of the clearest examples of how Formula One blends cutting-edge engineering with life-saving safety technology, proving that speed and protection must always work together. Every tiny part comes with a massive price tag. One of the biggest misconceptions about Formula One is that only the engine is expensive. In reality, almost every component carries an astonishing price. The steering wheel alone can cost around $50,000 because it's essentially a custom-built racing computer filled with switches, displays, and programmable controls. A front or rear wing can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars after months of aerodynamic development. The gearbox, built from lightweight materials capable of handling immense power, is also worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even seemingly ordinary items like wiring looms, wheel bearings, brake systems, and suspension components cost many times more than their road car equivalents, because each one is designed specifically for maximum performance, minimum weight, and absolute reliability under extreme racing conditions. One crash can destroy millions in seconds. Whenever Formula One fans watch a dramatic accident, their first concern is always the driver's safety, and rightly so. But once the driver walks away, the financial damage begins to sink in. A heavy impact can destroy the front suspension, nose cone, wings, floor, gearbox, wheels, and even the carbon fiber chassis. If the power unit is also damaged, repair costs can climb into the millions of dollars almost instantly. That's why teams react so seriously after major crashes, especially during qualifying or practice sessions. Every destroyed component means additional manufacturing, lost development time, and fewer spare parts for future races. Modern Formula One teams carefully manage inventories throughout the season because replacing damaged components isn't just expensive, it can also affect championship performance if replacement parts aren't immediately available. Building the car is only the beginning. Many people assume the purchase price tells the whole story. But in Formula One, building the car is only the first step. Throughout the season, teams continuously introduce upgraded floors, wings, suspension components, cooling systems, and aerodynamic packages to stay ahead of their rivals. Engineers analyze enormous amounts of data after every race before returning to factories where new parts are designed, manufactured, tested, and shipped to the next Grand Prix, sometimes within just a few days. This relentless development cycle is one of the reasons Formula One remains the pinnacle of motorsport. Even with strict budget cap regulations limiting much of a team's spending, the total investment required to design, develop, transport, and operate these incredible machines across an entire championship remains extraordinarily high, making every fraction of a second incredibly expensive. Tires that last. Only a few laps can cost thousands. The tires on a Formula One car might look ordinary, but they're anything but. Each set is specially engineered to deliver maximum grip under specific track conditions, whether it's scorching heat or heavy rain. A single set of Formula One tires is estimated to cost around $2,700, and during a race weekend, one driver can use multiple sets across practice, qualifying, and the Grand Prix. Since Formula One teams cannot simply reuse worn-out tires indefinitely, managing tire allocation becomes a critical part of race strategy. Something that lasts only a handful of laps can still cost more than an entire family car's maintenance for years. Transporting the cars around the world costs a fortune. Building a Formula One car is expensive, but getting it to races is another massive challenge. Every team travels to more than 20 Grands Prix across multiple continents each season, transporting cars, spare parts, garage equipment, computers, tools, and hundreds of personnel. Air freight handles many overseas events, while trucks move equipment across Europe. The logistics operation involves thousands of tons of cargo and months of planning. A single mistake can disrupt an entire race weekend. That's why Formula One's global transportation network is considered one of the most sophisticated and costly operations in professional sports. Hundreds of experts keep one car competitive. Behind every Formula One driver stands an army of specialists, aerodynamicists, engine engineers, software developers, strategists, mechanics, composite technicians, and data analysts. All contribute to making the car faster. During a race, engineers monitor thousands of data points in real time, adjusting strategies based on tire wear, fuel consumption, weather conditions, and competitor performance. Back at the factory, entire departments continue developing new upgrades while the current race is still taking place. The incredible salaries, research facilities, simulation tools, and manufacturing equipment required to support this workforce add enormously to the true cost of competing at the highest level. Why teams spend so much for tiny gains? To an outsider, spending millions to gain just a tenth of a second might seem irrational. In Formula One, it's everything. A tiny improvement in lap time can move a driver several positions higher on the starting grid, creating better opportunities to score championship points. Those points influence final standings, prize money, sponsorship value, and even future investment. That's why teams invest heavily in wind tunnel testing, computational fluid dynamic simulations, lightweight materials, and continuous upgrades. In Formula One, even the smallest performance advantage can ultimately be worth millions of dollars over the course of a season. The budget cap changed spending, but not the pursuit of perfection. Formula One introduced a budget cap to reduce the financial gap between teams and create closer competition. While this has limited many operational expenses, it hasn't made the sport inexpensive. Teams must now spend smarter, prioritizing upgrades that deliver the greatest performance gains while carefully managing resources throughout the season. The budget cap excludes certain costs such as driver salaries and some senior management compensation. But developing a championship-winning car still requires extraordinary investment, innovation, and planning. The challenge has shifted from simply spending more to spending more effectively than the competition. Every dollar is spent chasing victory. When you add together the power unit, carbon fiber chassis, electronics, aerodynamics, logistics, research, manufacturing, and the expertise of hundreds of professionals, the true cost of a Formula One car becomes almost unbelievable. These aren't ordinary racing machines. They're among the most advanced engineering projects on Earth. Every component exists for one reason: to gain even the smallest competitive edge. That relentless pursuit of perfection is what makes Formula One so captivating. Behind every overtake, every pole position, and every championship-winning lap lies years of innovation and investments measured not in thousands, but in millions. A Formula One car isn't expensive simply because it's fast. It's expensive because it represents decades of engineering knowledge, cutting-edge technology, and relentless innovation. From multi-million-dollar hybrid power units to handcrafted carbon fiber chassis and constant race-by-race development, every part is designed to perform at the absolute limit. What fans witness on race day is only the final result of an enormous effort involving thousands of people and countless hours of research. That's why a Formula One car isn't just one of the fastest vehicles in the world. It's also one of the most sophisticated and costly machines ever built. What surprised you the most about the real cost of a Formula One car? Was it the multi-million-dollar power unit, the price of a single crash, or the constant upgrades throughout the season? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to know which fact shocked you the most. And if you're fascinated by the incredible engineering behind the world's fastest machines, stay tuned because there's much more happening behind the scenes than most fans ever get to see.